Urinary tract infections are extremely common. Around 1 in 2 women and 1 in 20 men will get a UTI in their lifetime. Plus, once you've had one UT challenge, you're way more susceptible to another in the future. That's why you just need Just Thrive's UT123. This product can actually prevent UTIs while maintaining your urinary tract health. UT123 targets both immediate and long-term relief. We've all heard to drink cranberry juice for your urinary tract, but did you know that for the full effects, you need the whole cranberry? Not just juice, but the skin, flesh, and even the seeds. Well, UT123 uses superior ingredients that utilizes the whole fruit. This supplement truly is the full package. So if you're someone who struggles with the constant urge to urinate, a burning feeling when you pee, pelvic pain, or just want to be proactive in your urinary health, Just Thrive is for you. Just Thrive is so confident you'll love their product that there is a 100% money-back guarantee on every purchase made through justthrivehealth.com. And for a limited time, you can save 20% off site-wide at justthrivehealth.com with promo code SEXWithEmily. That's justthrivehealth.com and use code SEXWithEmily for 20% off your order. You're going to love it. Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think. You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex relationships and everything in between. For more information, go to sexwithemily.com. A lot of you are at sexwithemily.com now listening to the show, which is awesome. As you know, the show is now live streaming every day, Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 Pacific Standard Time. So you can take your lunch break, have a sandwich, watch the show. Soon you'll be able to watch Menace. We'll be getting more cameras in here. Hey, Menace, what's up?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm really excited because I actually I was on my way to Pixar yesterday. Sorry just to dive into a story, but let's just do it. I was driving to Pixar to go check out Cars 2. Everybody go see it because it was amazing. And I plugged in my iPhone, and I streamed the Sex with Emily show through the Stitcher app. We record the show at Stitcher.com. Right. And I really enjoyed the show yesterday.
I know, so did I.
It was really good. I liked it. Not to toot our own horn and stuff like that, but...
well, it was funny because...
I liked it.
I don't typically...
There was a lot of pussy talk on it. That's
a lot of pussy talk. Now, look how easily it rolled off your tongue today.
Well, I just want to throw out once. When we were doing the show yesterday, we said like 15 to 20 times in a row.
I know. But you weren't comfortable by it. Your face turned red when you said pussy. But just now you just said pussy. Like
but
you were
now
saying,
you're
like,
saying now it's embarrassing me because
you're embarrassed?
Yeah,
you were embarrassed yesterday. But it was funny because Menace actually. I got home from a party. I went to a friend's book party last night.
Sounds amazing.
And I came home, and I was like, I'm going to check out the show because I don't typically watch the show, but since it's a new format, and I was watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's funny. And then Menace called me. He's like, I was just listening to the show. And like he just mentioned, Stitcher is an app for any smartphone that you can download and stream the show so easily.
Yeah, you have to be a Friends with Benefits member to get the full show. So just go to sexwithemily.com, sign up, and then you'll get your password. And then you type in your password on your mobile phone, and you only got to do it once, and then it just stays saved in your phone.
Exactly.
And it's amazing because I just plugged it into the speakers of my car, and I was just like driving
and
listening.
We're funny, right?
It was cool.
Were you like, we're funny?
Yeah, I laughed. Mostly about my jokes because they're hilarious.
See, I don't laugh at you.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone has to become a Friends with Benefits member. You get full audio and video episodes anytime on demand. And if you're saying to yourself like, oh, I've been getting it for free and why should I pay now? It's like millions of people have helped their sex life through listening to the show, by listening to the show. And we've been doing it for free for the last 6 years, and we want to make a living at it and do it full time. So we just appreciate you supporting us and supporting the show and the Friends with Benefits.
And believe me, we've tried every single avenue to give it to you for free. for 5 years, and this is what we have to do.
Exactly.
And if you're upset by that, I'm sorry. And if you don't want to pay $5, I apologize, but this is what we have to do. $4.95 to keep the show going.
Exactly. And then we're bringing you so much more content every day. We've got blogs, we've got videos, we've got interns doing amazing stuff, sex toy reviews, as we talked about yesterday. They're so excited about their sex toy reviews, and porn reviews, and lots of fun stuff coming up. So anyway.
So how was it? A sexy book?
It was a sexy book party. It was at Gump's, which is a department store in San Francisco, which is a beautiful department store. And my friend, I gave her a shout out a few weeks ago. She wrote this book called Eco Amazons, all about women doing amazing things. And she had another book party last night that I went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And her name's Dorka Keene, if you want to check out her book, if you care about the environment and women who are doing great things.
Yeah.
And that's what I did last night. And then I went home and I was watching the show. And then
Is she part of the thing that's in town right now?
What thing?
I'm sorry if it's in your Sex in the News, but they just released a story today about there's like an eco sex convention this weekend in San Francisco. Did you hear about this?
No, but one of my sex school friends just texted me about it.
Yeah. So apparently
there's eco. How do I not know this? How did I not know this until a minute ago?
That's what I thought, because you're all into that hippie crap. So I figured that you would already know
what was
going on.
Nikki,
you don't have to tell. You don't have to say what she said, because I know what's going on.
Eco-sexuality thing at 7. I should go.
Yeah, you should go. So this is what I heard about it.
Okay,
it's
go.
like all weekend. So like these people that are like green, they get off on having sex in nature and like being with nature, and like some of them even like marry the earth and like marry snow and like marry. I don't know. There was like a bunch of other stuff that they were marrying.
I love it.
It was cool though. They were just like, they're really into just like having sex in the middle of fields.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. Sex outdoors.
Yeah, but they're just like
no, but it's like their religion.
Yeah,
they're
they
like,
get off on it,
right?
Like crazy,
right.
Yeah,
which I just think it can be uncomfortable, and you get sticks up your butt.
Oh, so maybe you should go to the convention and tell
Speaking
them
of, speaking of up your butt, today's show, it's Anal Sex Friday. We're going to be talking about anal sex today on the show.
Yeah.
And which I know that Menace is probably excited about. And
it's a huge topic with all the fellas.
It is? Do you and your friends talk about it?
No, we don't talk about. I don't talk to my friends about sex.
You don't ever?
No.
Do they ask you for advice now? Because you should be an expert too by having sat hair for 5 years.
No, they don't ask me for sex advice.
It's probably a good idea. I'm kind of relieved.
Not in the bedroom or anything, but I give them advice on how to deal with certain situations in the relationship.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Poor friends. So
no, my friends, dude, they love my advice.
No, I'm kidding. Your advice is good sometimes. Okay,
my advice is take no shit.
From women?
Be nice, be respectful, but don't take no shit.
Well, what kind of shit are you talking about?
I'm just saying, give me an
example.
If you are a man, you work every day, you provide for your lady, and you're not a dickhead to her. You treat her with respect, and then suddenly she's trying to get all crazy with you and give you crap about something. I'm telling you, don't back down and kiss her ass. Stand up and be a man. And
so you have friends who have issues. They're the provider, and the women are
taking advantage.
How so?
How so?
How are they taking advantage of them? I need specific details.
Because they don't treat them with the same respect. That's why. That they give them.
What do the women do?
What are they women?
Example
of maybe he wants to go out with his friends and go to a bar.
Right.
And then so she freaks out and starts getting crazy.
Right. Those women are annoying. I think you have to give men their time. You have to give men and women their time with their friends.
Yes.
So that's what I say.
But that's just
but
one
you're
example
saying women
of many
are drama.
things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
it goes both ways too.
Totally. Right. You just have to.
That's just my attitude. Just like be respectful, be nice, be cool, but once somebody starts trying to take advantage of you, you gotta like nip it in the bud, immediately.
I guess so. I don't know. I guess I don't know that many women or men. I don't know. I don't have that same situation. Like, I don't know. I'm not like that. I don't take advantage of men.
Because your friends are hella drama. You tell me the stories all the time.
They're not drama. They're just funny. They're not drama. They're not like, I need my man to take care of me, and I'm not. It's not like that. Like I'm not. I don't want to go out with friends.
You have friends that want to text guys and tell them how much they love that the guy spooging them like 5 times.
Yeah.
Like I don't have friends like that.
That's funny. It's sexting. Oh my God. I got a million responses yesterday. I put on Facebook, do you want to sext or do you want to have phone sex or sex? What would you prefer? And it was 50-50, I think.
50-50?
Yeah, people are
Really?
into sexting and phone sex.
I feel
More
so
sexting.
dumb on the phone. Yeah, sexting is so much better.
Phone sex just comes naturally to me, though. I think I'm a professional. But I can just do it. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can just snap into that.
I would be so afraid that you were recording me. Like, you would be saying such outlandish things and then getting me to say something, and then you would be like,
I would never record you. I would never record you. I've never recorded anyone illegally, unlike you. Although it wasn't illegal, you just taped them. And
I don't tape people on the phone.
No, but you tape them having sex, and then you have a library. I keep thinking of you being like that movie, Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Like you
What
have.
the hell are you talking? I don't have a hidden camera in my room somewhere.
No, I was with a guy once where I was.
Swear there was a hidden camera?
No, I started freaking out because it's kind of creepy. He's the same guy that I had sex with. I told you at Coachella outside. Mm-hmm. When I first started sleeping with him, he was something about him that was a little sketchy. And I really had this moment where I'm like, I think he's got a camera in here. That's when the time to end the relationship, when you have feelings like that about someone.
Yeah. What
like,
about if there was a camera in there?
I don't think there was. I probably would know by now. It was years ago, 5-6 years ago. But one time I asked him, I'm like, I just feel like there's something freaky in your apartment going on. I was like paranoid.
You sound so paranoid.
I was like, are you taping? Because he was... Bad
it's so easy to spot hidden cameras, though. At least for me.
Well, you could because you're like, do. Yeah, you could track it. I wouldn't. I'm so not a detail person that there could be like a whole crew, and I'd be like, really? Oh, they were there taping? I didn't even know. I'm like not paying attention to details. Okay, so today, what?
No, wait, what's going on with you? It's Friday. What's going on with your weekend?
TJF, baby. My weekend is I'm going to a birthday party tonight. Have you been to the new Phoenix Hotel yet? How they changed it? Do you remember it was backflip?
No, I keep
and
on
other things?
getting invited to go.
Yeah, tonight there's like a birthday party for like 4 friends there, and it's really fun. It's a really cool bar. There's like outdoor. There's a pool. Not that people swim, but there's an outdoor area. You've been there before, right?
Yeah.
And so that'll be really fun. Friend's birthday, and then I'm going to work on the weekend. I've got a ton of writing to do for the website, and I'm going to go out with that guy tomorrow night that I've been seeing, and I don't know what we're doing because he's planning it. Because I told him that I just don't bring that to the table.
Like,
I don't bring planning.
Does he know
to the
now
table.
not to ever say that again?
Yeah, probably. He's like, "What do you want to do?"
How old is he?
He's older.
He's older?
He's like,
how does he not know that by now? Did not ask the woman, what do you want to do?
Well, we've been dating for a while, so he's just like, what do you feel like doing Saturday night? And I'm like, I don't really care. I don't care. You just decide. You just decide, please.
Is he going to take you somewhere riveting like a
museum,
some science fair or something?
No, I think we're done with that. But speaking of which, we do have some date tips coming up. Since it's the weekend, we thought we should give people some ideas about some fun, different kinds of dates you can do this weekend. And some of them might seem cliche. You might be like, yeah, I can do that. But really, people get so boring. They get so stuck in their routines that I'm just going to name some fun things that you can do that you haven't done before.
Oh, they better be good or I'm going to rip them in
I
half.
know you are, Menace, and you just have to be kind because people get stuck in ruts. They do the same thing. Like, let's rent a movie. Let's order pizza. Let's do nothing. Let's just sit home and not have sex. Like, here's some fun things you can do. Like, go fly a kite. We're going to be talking about that in a minute.
Flying a kite?
Flying a kite.
Flying kites could be fun.
Yeah. See, there you go.
You got to find the right girl that's into flying kites.
Yeah, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. I'm not saying it's easy.
You are not a flying kite girl.
No, I'm not. I'm not a big flying kite girl. But I would, like, if a guy was like, oh, I guess if we were already there, like.
Yeah. See, that's already your first response, I guess. And then, boom.
And then I was trying to think of, like, my best dates I've ever had. And I can't even think, like, what was, like, I think it's more, like, about the connection. Like, I feel like I don't care where we are if we're connecting and we're doing something fun and we're talking and, like.
You always talk about connection, like.
Do you not know what that means?
No, I know what it means,
do you want me to break it down?
Just like. It doesn't.
But
I don't believe that it matters where you are to stay at home and be connected.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're talking about places to go.
Well, I am giving people because some people have been together for so long that it's like, or even if you're a new first date and you want to try something new, we have some ideas that we're going to give to you. But I feel like if I try to go back into my mind, I'm doing the mental like flipping of all the dates. It's like the best ones are like when I actually like the person and we were just at dinner or seeing a concert or something like that. Something fun.
All right, what you got?
Okay, this is what I got. In mail today, we're going to be talking about foot fetishes, good sex, and bad relationships. What to do about them? How do you know when your boyfriend, girlfriend, and S&M? And on today's show, you'll also find out everything you really wanted to know about anal sex, but we're afraid to ask.
Cool. That sounds really good. I already got a bunch of ideas of things I want to talk about with just the list that you provided.
What do you mean list I provide? Oh, all those things. And then we've also got some. Sex in the news, of course, and some sex tips, some dating tips, dating places to go.
Cool.
That kind of thing. And then we have this poll that we have every day. Okay, so here's our poll that we had this week.
At sexwithemily.com.
At sexwithemily.com. We need everyone to go vote on these polls. So this was the poll we were asking, are you happy with your sex life? Okay. 13% said, I would be just happy having any sex. 20% said, yes, but I want to start trying new things. 23% said, my sex life is great. I'm having plenty of sex these days. So 23% of people are happy. But 44% said, no, I want more. So almost half the people are like not having enough sex and they want more.
Those were guys that just want to have more sex.
Maybe, but it's not always the men. Do you know that's a myth? Yesterday's show was all about breaking sex myths.
Yes.
That there is this myth that like men have this huge sex drive and women don't want sex. But I can't tell you. Like I think it's like when you get a little bit older, maybe like in your 20s, maybe men, but in your 30s. I feel like I have so many women who are dating guys and they're like, he doesn't want sex. He doesn't want sex. Because I think that men get bored with sex when they're with someone for a long time, typically. And so maybe they stop or their sex. That's when you have to start to spice it up.
I've been noticing a lot recently that the women that at least that I'm around are worse than the guys.
What do you mean?
About just like going out and getting laid.
What do you mean they're worse than the guys? They're going out and getting laid a lot?
Their drive to go have that happen is like, I guarantee like twice as much than the guys.
What do you think that's about? What do you think that's a testament to?
I don't know. Mid 20s, late 30s, just like
they're like, I just want to get laid. I have so many friends like that now too. I have friends who are like, I just need to have sex. I just need to have sex.
I just want to break. I think I just want to break it down as they're teens, early 20s. They might have had a boyfriend or girlfriend for a couple of years, and they're really serious, and they're so in love. And then they broke up with them, and they're like, "Oh, I just want to have fun," you know?
Yeah.
When they should have been doing that earlier in life instead of being locked down forever.
See, I locked down. I always locked down. I was a serial monogamist from like 18 to like 28. I had boyfriends always 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years, and I was just like done. I was like, I don't want to do that anymore.
That's why you're so crazy.
Why? Because I was always locked down, but I wasn't happy.
Down. You didn't have your fun earlier.
I know. So I'm having so much fun now. I'm having way more fun. Like my friends are like, "Are you like 20? Like what are you doing the way I live my life?" But I think that's fine. I think I'm doing it in reverse, and I'm loving life right now. It's amazing. So here's the new poll that everyone has to go answer.
Okay.
And we talked about this last week on the show. We did a manscaping, women'scaping show. How do you feel about hair below the equator? No preference. All natural is best. Trimmed, please, or full Brazilian wax, no hair. So people got to vote on that.
Oh, okay. I thought you already had that vote, though.
No, we didn't do that on the show. We didn't do
we did it on the poll?
No. This is the new poll that we posted today. We're posting 3 polls a week.
Okay. Sorry. We talked about it just recently, so that's why I was
I know. It's okay. It's totally fine. So then we've got some – that's what we're doing. So we got some sex in the news.
Okay.
Oh, but first I'm going to get into the date ideas for the weekend.
The date ideas for the weekend?
Yeah. Okay.
Do it.
So because they're here.
Okay.
You could
whatever's in front of you, you're like, F it, I'll read it. Okay. So what do you got?
Cook a meal together. That's a fun thing to do.
So cook a meal together. That's great. So when a guy comes over to your house, cook a meal for Emily.
I just got myself in big trouble. I am not
Why
saying
did you even
this
put
is
that
me
on there?
because I didn't put it.
How are you trying to suggest that to other people when you can't even cook? Next.
Order in pizza and have a candlelit dinner.
Okay,
no
see, that's
dishes.
what you can do.
You
can't clean the
Honey,
dishes.
I'm not saying I can do all these things. I'm just saying go on a hike, bike ride, kite flying, or long walk. Bring a picnic. That is so fun. Bring a picnic. I've had fun dates like that.
Oh, no, picnic can be fun.
Nature.
I'll say picnic is fine. Kite flying is a stretch.
Kite flying came up today. One of my interns said a guy was like, let's go kite flying. And she was like, no, thanks. Okay.
Yeah,
when was
it
last?
worked.
Yeah, but it didn't work for her, but it can work for others. But then my other intern, Aaron, was like, oh, that'd be really fun. So see what I mean? I seriously have like a little mini focus group. Should we? I know it's like a little mini focus group in my office every day. I'm like, who's done this? Who's done this? And it's amazing because they're all different, you know? So it's great. Okay, when was the last time you went out dancing? Dancing's fun. Yeah. We were kind of dancing when we went out last week, drunk in the Castro.
Dancing. Yeah.
I like dancing.
I can get down on dancing.
Yeah?
That's fine.
Bubble bath and a jug of wine. This was our most...
Wow.
Yeah. That's awesome. No, we all love that one. Like taking a bath with a guy is hot.
Is that real life or is that in a
real
movie?
life? In real life, you can take a bath. I have an amazing clawfoot tub in my house. Like, do a bath in there. Okay, play a game of hide and seek in the house or at the park. Who's going to do that? Okay.
If you're high on peyote or something.
Movie night. Knock off movies on your to-watch list. I need to do that. I need to sit home. I just want to be locked up in a house for like 2 weeks watching movies. I haven't seen any movies in like 10 years.
What? I don't understand what you're doing with your free time.
I know, me neither.
I don't understand.
I don't like
that you don't have free time to watch some of this stuff.
I'm just busy.
Busy doing what? I don't...
Working.
What? Museums? What?
Yeah, museums, working. Not having sex, really? Okay, go to the pub and watch a game.
Go to the pub and watch a game?
Yeah, watch a game.
No, lately, like, I've been running into a lot of... see, the thing that sucks is I have to fake that I like sports.
Right, you're one of those guys. That's a very San Francisco male thing. I never put you in the typical San Francisco male category. But a lot of men in San Francisco, like my friends, they're not into sports. It's not like a sporty town.
I was when I was younger.
Right.
But
you played baseball or something, right? No?
I played soccer.
Right.
Which is not really a sport. Just kidding. For all our listeners around the world.
Right.
I don't want to piss you off. But I was really into sports. Sports team. I collected all the cards and all that stuff in the early
when you were
90s
7,
or something. But now it's just it's a time thing. I don't have time to sit and watch a game forever.
But some people are really into it. Or go to a game.
Going to a game is
super fun.
Even though baseball is so boring.
But I love going to our giant stadium. It's so fun.
Yeah. I like basketball games.
We're going to do a field trip there.
Basketball games are amazing.
Basketball games are super fun. I grew up going to the Detroit Pistons basketball games.
Yeah.
They were a really good team then. When I was in Michigan.
But no, what I was going to say is there's a lot of smoking hot chicks that are die hard into sports.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you this. Here's a little secret that if you guys don't know.
What?
The hottest ones are into hockey. They
love the hockey players.
Hockey.
I know.
I've got friends because they get off on the violence. Like all the fights.
No, the guys are hot.
No.
Guys are hot. That's what it is.
Maybe the guys are hot
too. I have friends who are so into hockey players and date them and sleep with them. Like there's a whole group of women who are just like into dating athletes.
Hockey groupies?
Yeah, totally. I'm not into that. But the violence, I hate it. Ugh, don't want to watch it.
But that's what I hear them
talk about. But those are the hot
about
chicks.
the most.
So maybe you should go to hockey games and pick up chicks. That's a great point.
I know some 10s that are like really into hockey. That's like their number one sport.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of women who like hockey too. Okay, make a trip to the farmer's market or flea market. I like going to the farmer's market. Boring. Video game tournament. Invite your friends.
Yeah.
You love video games. Do you video games? Art openings or museums. I'm telling you, these are people are like what. Like when my guys was like the guy that I'm dating, was like, what do you want to do Saturday night? I was like, I don't know, like nothing. But these are some ideas. Volunteer together, start a project together. Dress up and go see an old movie or go to the drive-in.
That'd be cool.
Make a trip to an arcade or pier to play games. Those are just some ideas that you can do. It's going to be it's summertime.
No, hey.
Be outside.
Hey, if there's alcohol involved, then all those things are fun.
True. Menace, I think you have a problem. We should send you to like meetings or something.
I haven't drank since last time we drank.
Really?
Yeah.
Not one sip?
Not one.
That's so weird.
Why?
I don't know.
Because I don't.
Because I think you binge drink.
I don't binge drink.
Maybe. Well, if you only drink once, but you drink a lot.
If I have.
Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. If I have somebody, if I have a ride from one place to another,
right,
and I don't have to work the next day, then I will.
So what are you doing this weekend? Are you going out tonight?
Not tonight. Tomorrow I am going to. A bunch of my friends, old friends from my old town, are going to come up, and we're just going to drink around my neighborhood.
Are you going to go fly a kite?
We're not going to fly a kite. No.
You could do any of these things.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I might go to Britney Spears after though.
Britney Spears?
Yeah.
I want to go to Britney Spears. Do you have tickets?
Yeah.
You
but
suck.
somebody's asking me to go. I'm not.
Oh, a chick?
Yeah, but it's like a work thing.
It's a work thing. They're all work things.
It's
Whatevers. Okay. Sex in the news.
All right.
Now that everyone knows what they're doing this weekend. UN Gay Rights Protection Resolution passes, hailed as a historic moment. So this is a huge deal that the United Nations issued its first condemnation of discrimination against gays, lesbians, and transgendered people hailed by supporters, including the United States, as a historic movement. And so the quote from the U.S. ambassador says, "You just witnessed a historic moment at the Human Rights Council and within the UN system with a landmark resolution protecting human rights of lesbians." I mean, it's the first time it's happened. The UN is stepping in. So that's a big deal for gay and lesbian rights.
So what does
and
that
we live
mean,
in San Francisco.
like around the world?
Yeah, it just means that like the UN is now paying attention to it. Like all the different countries and different states, we've all done our own legislations, but now it's like the UN is like, we're there with you.
Cool.
So, and we live in San Francisco. We were like the first city to have gay marriage and stuff. So we're kind of like, yeah, welcome to the club. But it's a big deal. Okay. Man allegedly had drunk sex at 85 miles an hour and got busted.
Okay, break this down for me.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
So, okay. The latest allegation, at the time of collision, the defendant was going 85 miles an hour, having sex with a female, driving admittedly drunk and partially or totally in the backseat of the car. So he was driving, but he was partially... He now denies he was driving. He was coming from his 21st birthday party in Baltimore.
What?
Oh, my God. There was someone else in the car, and he says there was... Yeah, so it's a little... The 28... Yeah, exactly. The plaintiff, a 28-year-old cab driver, is seeking damages. There was like a plaintiff because they got in an accident, and... So he was kind of having sex, I guess. I mean, he must have been having sex if they pulled him over. It's kind of a sketchy story, but it says that that's what happened.
I could see how that could happen, though.
How could you have sex at 85 miles an hour in the car driving, but you're halfway in the back seat?
I'm thinking of the logistics. Okay, so if he was laying down all the way on his back and he was using his feet as the gas and brake.
And not watching the road?
No, but then the girl sits on top of him. On his wiener, and she's driving, then that could work. See? I figured it out right there.
Yeah, right. That could work.
That could work, but he wouldn't be really quick on the brake, though.
No,
so
but why not wait till you get home? It was his 21st birthday. My 21st birthday.
Yeah, he was
my 21st birthday. There's like pictures of me being dragged into. Oh God, I had like 400 people at my college house that I was living in. Mm-hmm. Literally 400 people, like a million kegs, and it was, I was like, I want it. And I've never gotten sick drinking. And I was like, tonight I'm going to do it. And I still couldn't, but I did pass out. And there's pictures of my friends dragging me to my bedroom, like by my hair.
Nice.
It's fun. Doing shots,
I
jealous
see
shots.
Those photos
They're
up on
hilarious.
sexwithemily.com right
Should
now.
we?
If you want to post them.
I don't mind. They're back in Michigan. They're funny pictures. I mean, I'm not that messed because I don't get that drunk. I have issues with it. I mean, I want to, but I can't sometimes. I mean, I have.
Yeah.
But I don't get like sick. 21st birthday, though. Is sex too strenuous for men's hearts? It's a typical movie scene. An older man has sex with a beautiful woman when suddenly, wham, he has a heart attack.
That's me one day.
So should men be concerned? Yes and no, finds a new study in the Harvard Men's Health Watch. Fewer than 1 in 100 heart attacks are linked to sexual activity. For a healthy 50-year-old man, the risk of having a heart attack at any given hour is 1 in a million. Sex doubles the risk, but it's still just 2 in a million. In fact, the review highlights research that suggests sex is actually good for men's hearts. So it's actually good for you. One useful gauge, if a man can't comfortably climb several flights of stairs, he should probably avoid knocking boots.
Well, I guess I should never have sex ever again. What do you mean? A flight of stairs? Who doesn't get tired on a flight of stairs?
Yeah, but are you like taking a break after like the 4th step?
No, I'm not taking a break. Just maybe after the 7th step.
Okay.
So
maybe you shouldn't be having sex.
Right?
But you're still young.
Yeah, whatever.
Sex with a familiar... Okay, so it says, ultimately, though, experts seem to agree with just a few caveats. Sex with a familiar partner is safe, even good for the heart. So, you know, you always hear stories about, like, that's how people die. But I think that's quite a way to go. If you're going to go, like, if you're going to die and you, like, go die during sex.
That would be the best way.
Okay.
People are... I'm looking over because I like to respond to people that are watching. There's a bunch of people watching us online right now.
I know, it's weird.
Sexwithemily.com. If you want to watch us live,
think that people no, they are. Tons of people watching.
If you want to watch us live, it's Monday through Friday,
1 to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every day, Monday through Friday. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Sex with Emily is your
They're
new
saying they're
website.
enjoying the show.
Okay, good. Okay, I think that we should get into some emails.
Okay.
And, okay. No questions. Dear Emily, no questions this time. Just have to say I love the new format with video. Emily, you're super cute and fun, and you guys both clearly have more energy, just like you said you would. Props to San Francisco for being the most promiscuous city. I think Nashville would probably be the most guilt-ridden about sex. Haha, signed Marvin. He's a new Friends with Benefits member.
And I'm currently masturbating to the video.
Menace is on a big kick for everyone to masturbate.
That was the PS, right? You didn't read it.
There was no PS. There was no PS. So, we talked about it yesterday that San Francisco was voted the most promiscuous city, and I feel like I had something to do with that. Not personally, but the show. And we're all so sex-focused in San Francisco. So, anyway, it's awesome.
You're everybody's wing woman. You're getting everybody laid.
I get everyone laid. I do. All my friends, like so many of my friends, I would get laid. All of them. And I'd get you laid. I get anyone laid. Seriously. Like I feel like everyone in life, one of the biggest challenges in life is trying to figure out what your skill set is. And once you have a skill set, you kind of move towards that. And then you hire people to do the other stuff that you're not good at. Yeah. So I'm good at getting people laid. So I just want to say
that you put in your work to help
I feel
San
like my friends
become
are
number one.
Yes. Okay. Hi, Emily. Okay, this is for you, Menace.
Okay.
I hope you're okay with this.
I'm okay with anything. I don't care.
I figure you are.
I'm
curious what happened to Menace's engagement a couple years ago. It's from Collins.
Oh, we talked about this a bunch of times.
Yeah, but I mean, I know, but it's
it.
been a while, so I don't know if it's like ripping the wounds off, ripping the scab off the wound.
It is fine for me to talk about.
Okay.
What happened? Oh, that was it?
Yeah,
that's all I
that's
said?
the only
Okay.
question.
What happened? I am constantly working, and she didn't like that and caused issues. And it's either I don't work as much. And in my thought process, because I've been through this before where I started putting my relationship more over my work, I ended up getting let go from my job. So
that's why you're so obsessed, because you got let go early on from a job
because I started focusing more on
women,
on my relationship.
Right.
And then so once she started giving me crap all the time about being at work, I told her that it's not going to change. And
right, this is who I am. That's what I
do. And then she just wouldn't agree with that. So I said, all right. And then that was it.
Right. And you jumped into it a little too quickly. You got engaged like on the second date.
Yeah, but I think I would have been fine with it. It's just that it's...
Do you ever talk to her anymore?
No, I don't talk to her anymore. Okay. But I think it's just like it's a hard thing to find somebody that can deal with having your significant other not be there at all.
It's hard, right?
And it's like then people that... I try to get with people that work in the same industry as me.
Right.
So they at least understand.
Right. They get your obsession.
Yeah. And then, but when I don't do that and I date people, they always go, when I take them with me to like a concert or something like that, they go, why aren't you like hanging out and stuff like that? And I go, because when I go to concerts, I'm
like
working.
Right.
I'm not having fun and drinking beer. And,
right.
You know,
I mean, sometimes you do. Right.
Barely.
Okay. But you haven't dated anyone seriously since then.
No.
Right. Okay. Princess Emily. I'm an avid listener to your show and have a question for you.
Princess Emily?
I like
Are you serious?
Yeah, totally.
Of course you like it. It's attention.
Dude, exactly.
Eat it up like crack, cocaine.
I do. I love it. Who doesn't love attention? Find me one woman on the planet who's like, I don't like attention.
I don't know how you would live without it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't even choose a life like that. I'm an avid listener to your show and have a question for you. I'm a single 48-year-old male living in Kansas City. I'm currently seeing a beautiful 31-year-old woman. I have a passion for the female foot, buying shoes, pedicures, and food worship, and it is cool with that. Foot worship is cool with that. But for some reason within our relationship that has lasted so far 3 years, I can't seem to have normal sex with her. I don't seem to hold a steady erection unless she has played with me with her feet. She loves being dominant in the bedroom, and that is cool with me. But without her feet, I can't seem to perform in the proper manner. Any ideas, Steven?
Real quick, before you go into something.
Yes.
God damn it. I've been begging for a foot fetish guy forever to email the show and please try to diagnose himself to think what does he love about it so much that gets him off.
Right.
But he didn't do that.
He didn't get into that. But it's just they have an association with the feet. It's like anything, like having a fetish. But you want to know specifically like what it is about the feet because you don't get it.
If he can figure out like what.
Right. I think it's just a lot of times they tie fetishes into early childhood things. So if a man has a certain like something could have happened in his childhood with feet, like he could have even been abused by someone kicking him, and he could have a foot fetish that translated into that.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't know because feet are like so veiny and
right.
They're gross, man.
Okay, so there's many men, right? So Steven, there's many men who do find it arousing.
Yeah.
Women see it arousing, and since there are plenty of women who enjoy having their like foot massaged and stuff, like you could start with a foot massage. Yeah. Women would be totally down with that. I think I would kind of like to date a foot fetishist. If he would give me a foot massage every night.
I wish to know if he like talked to her about this.
Yeah, he did. I mean, she knows it.
She knows it.
But if you reveal it too soon in a relationship, it could turn some women off. So they may feel like you don't care about other part of their anatomy.
Yeah.
So you have to be kind of careful with that.
So the real problem though is his erection.
Yep. And
how are we going to fix his wiener?
Well, if it prevents him from having normal relationships with women, then he should seek counseling. But if it's not a problem and he can get off by just like massaging her feet or like maybe he likes her feet like up over his head or something like, those positions where you put her feet up. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, the pretzel.
I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
The feet. Like maybe it's holding him is enough and he doesn't have to. But if it's like a problem and he's not getting enough and that's all it is and it's like an obsession, then he could seek help about it if it's ruining his relationship. But there are ways like a foot massage. Like I don't know how much the level of intensity that he needs. But again, like massaging it or just trying to like not make it so obvious. I mean, because a lot of women could freak out by that.
Of course.
But if you like start with the massage or if he needs to hold her or just needs to be seeing them the whole time, but it's not like totally obtrusive, then that's fine. But again,
he can just get he can get a blue diamond and it's all good.
A what?
A blue diamond. Do I just know so many street terms that you don't even know?
Yeah.
Blue diamond, Viagra. It's a blue diamond.
Oh, right. Yeah. It is a blue diamond. Yeah,
what they
no,
call them
I wouldn't say medicate. I wouldn't say that, Stephen. I would say I would talk to her about it eventually if they've been together for. Mm-hmm. Were you stretching?
Yeah, I'm
I thought you were like punching me or doing something.
Or just like look at a like J.C. Penney's catalog before.
But he's saying he's like feeling like he can't have normal sex with her at all. Like it's not normal. So he could talk to someone about it because there might be some deep-seated issues. But if it becomes a problem, so okay. Hi, Emily. I really enjoy listening to your show.
I wonder if like Zappos is like porn for him. Like Zappos.
It is for me. Zappos is porn for me.
Like pornography. He just goes, that's what he should do. Just like, just like go through that.
No,
crap,
but he
like,
needs, but when you have a fetish, you need to like have the feet. Like he needs to be engaged, or maybe he needs her to play with his penis with her feet or something.
Okay.
You're like, okay. But if a foot fetishist is listening right now and you'd like to email us about your deal, that would be awesome. You can email me at feedback@sexwithemily.com. And it's also a lot easier right now. We've got a Q&A section on the site, and you can just click, and there's a page where you can just – it's an Ask Emily tab, actually, and you can just email me there. It's really easy. Hey, Emily, I really enjoy listening to your show and the variety of topics. Keep it up. I know you've had a segment on good relationships, bad sex. But what about the opposite? Good sex, bad relationship. I recently got out of a 2-year relationship that was very emotionally difficult and stressful most of the time, but our sex was really amazing. How is it that two people can connect so well with physical and emotional intimacy between the sheets, but struggle so much with their regular communication, interaction, and relating outside the bedroom? Thanks, Octavia. Well, this is a very common issue. Like they always say, like the people you have the best sex with, you don't end up marrying. There's a lot because the thing is, the reason a lot of times what makes sex great is that tension that you keep with each other. Some kind of turmoil, kind of up and down emotions. You're fighting a lot, and you have make up sex and break up sex and get back together sex, and I'm mad at you sex. It's because you're so emotionally up and down.
Sounds like a nightmare.
No, but that is, that's how it happens. But you're just not compatible, and it's a bummer because that's what it's part of having really good sex. What's conducive to that is sort of keeping tension. So when you have like that tension with someone, that is what keeps it exciting. And after you're with someone for a while, you no longer have that tension, and then the sex becomes dull and boring, which is why we're always talking about ways to keep it interesting. So it's very common that you could have the most explosive, amazing sex with someone that is just you're not compatible with, which is kind of a bummer because then you're always searching for that person, and I still am, that you can have amazing sex with and be with forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why. Have you ever had Have you ever had a good relationship, but great sex, bad girl that you didn't love, not a good relationship, but great sex?
No. I don't believe so. No.
I'm trying to think if I have. I have. Oh, I for sure have.
Because if they start giving me problems, they're out the door.
I've had guys that I just like to sleep with, but not like I knew that it wouldn't go anywhere. They were crazy, but like the sex was amazing.
Yeah.
So okay, dear Emily, I love your show. I've only recently started listening. I need some help. I'm 22 and I've been single my whole life. I've been on dates, but I've never met anyone I felt interested enough to pursue a relationship with. The last year I actually met someone. The only problem is I'm not sure what we're doing. He's met my family and stayed over at my parents' house with me, and I've hung out with his friends, and he's introduced me to his family, and we all went on a day trip together. He confides in me, listens to me, and treats me well. We're very compatible, and there's a strong attraction. The only problem is, ready?
I know where this is going.
Is that I asked him to be my boyfriend, and he said no. I'm confused, and when I bring it up, he just skirts around the issue and says, oh, it's a lot of responsibility. But I don't get it. Being in a relationship is practically what we're doing, especially now that I've moved back to San Francisco for school, and he's been staying over all the time and even keeping things in my place. Please help. Danielle, San Francisco. Shout out to Danielle in San Francisco, our hometown. Okay, well, Danielle, here's the deal. You're not getting what you want. You're not getting what you want in this relationship. He sounds very non-committal.
Cow, dude. That's what's going on.
Can I just...
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I just think that you're not getting what you want, and a lot of guys are, you're 22, it's young, you're non-committal. He says it's a lot of work. It just sounds like he's not the kind of guy that you want to be in a relationship right now, even though you are acting in a relationship. This is a very common phenomenon that goes back and forth. It's like, we're everything but committed. And I think I've done this to guys. They're like, we're everything but together, but you don't want to be my girlfriend. I'm like, exactly. And so you should run from people like that. Mm-hmm. No, but it's like the commitment thing. He sounds like, he doesn't want to commit. He's got issues around relationships, and he's still young. And Danielle, you have to pay attention to what you want. I think a lot of times in relationships, more often than not, women are trying to change men and men are trying to change women. But let's look at your situation. Since you're a woman, you're trying to change him. People do not change unless they want to change in a relationship. That is like the most key fundamental thing that you can learn about relationships. you could want him to change, and getting into a relationship with someone thinking they're going to change is wrong, is never going to happen. People are the way they are. And maybe eventually he'll come around, and I think that's what you're thinking. He's going to come around eventually, and he's going to want, but it's not going to happen. Like, he's telling you right now, straight and forward, that doesn't want to be in a relationship. So I would say if that's what you want, then you need to move on.
Yeah, and I totally screwed up what I was trying to say. I said, you're giving the milk. You know, when they say...
Oh, the cow milk for free? What is it?
Giving them... They won't buy the cow
if they get the milk for free.
Yeah.
But what are you saying?
I'm just saying that
I know what you're saying. I know what that means.
She needs to cut off the vagina supply. That's the only reason that the guy's staying around.
I don't know where you get your information from.
What do you mean? If
she needs to stop having sex with him, she needs to play mind games with him and
not playing mind games with him, but I'm just saying that's why he is sticking around, because he is getting laid. That's what guys do.
But he probably really likes her, and he probably just has a fear of commitment.
If he really likes her, he would be with her. I'm sorry.
But he sounds like he's with her, everything but the commitment.
That's great, but he wants to sleep with other people.
No, it doesn't sound like that's the issue.
What do you mean? We've talked about this. This is the same reason you won't put your status on Facebook, because you want to leave your options open. That's the same reason.
No,
that's the same thing he's doing right now. He does not want to put a label on things because he wants to leave his options open.
Okay,
it's a
maybe
break.
he does. Maybe he does, and she wants more, so she should get out.
Yeah.
Just get out.
Peace.
Done. Bye-bye. If you're not getting what you want in your relationship and you're expecting them that you're going to talk him into something, it's not going to happen.
No.
And maybe leaving him, maybe he'll come back and realize, whatever, but you can't bank on that.
I'm sure if you do leave him, then he might attempt to come back.
Sometimes they do. People don't like projection. But don't bank on that.
Yeah,
we don't want to tell you that. I want you to move on and find a guy who wants exactly what you want.
And if you do that and he tries to come back after 2 weeks, don't fall for that crap. Cut him off for a long time. You're in San Francisco.
You play games, Menace. You're such a mind out here.
How am I a mind effer?
Because you're just
I'm
so
a realist.
into the game.
No,
you're like, I have these games that women are conniving and they're trying to get the and the men.
How am I saying?
I just want more sex.
I was just talking about men. I wasn't saying women are conniving. I said
cut off. Yeah, you did
So
earlier.
are women and guys.
I know, but I just don't. My brain doesn't
this
go there.
guy is using you to get laid. I'm saying cut off your vagina and move on. That's all I'm saying.
And I said that too in a different way.
How's that playing games?
Because you're like, then she'll come back, and don't go back too quickly. And
don't. I guarantee you, he'll probably hit you up because he's not getting laid after a couple weeks, and then you're going to be in the same position that you're already in.
We do that in relationships. We stay in the same positions, and that's why I was going to tell her. I was going to say, set a deadline and be clear in your intentions. I always have done this with friends, and if they're complaining to me about a relationship. This happens a lot more with women, I think, than men, because you guys don't sit around and talk about your relationships. I don't know what you talk about, but you don't sit and you're not like women. We process our relationships. That's what we talk a lot about. And it feels like I have a lot of good friends that we talk about our relationships. And if the same issues come up over and over again, then eventually one of my friends and I started this years ago because I was dating this guy for 2.5 years. And I was not, and she was like, okay, Emily, we need to set a deadline. She's like, if by just 3 months from now, if by December 7th, I remember writing this down. She's like, if by December 17th, you do still feel the same way, in 3 months, we're going to check in. You got to get out of it. Because I was not changing. I was saying, because you don't realize that you get in the months go by and you're still having these issues. Yeah. So I committed to those 3 months to really working on my issues that I had with this guy and figuring out. And at 3 months, she called me, it was in the calendar. She was like, what have you decided? And I really made progress. We went to therapy together and decided that we didn't want to be together. So anyway, it was good. It was it was good having a deadline. So even if it's a month or 2 months, I do this with my friends all the time. I'm like, okay, we need a deadline for you. We write it down. I think it's a good system because your life goes by and you're with people that you shouldn't be with. That happens. Hey, Emily, I absolutely adore your show. I thought I'd let you know that you've got listeners over in New Zealand. You are stunning and you have a gorgeous voice to boot. And now I finally see Menace's photo and I know he's as cute as he sounds. How single is he? Even if it's just for my little daydreams over here. He's single.
He's single?
She wants to know if you're single because she wants to fantasize about you.
I was just double checking if it was she or he.
It's a she.
Okay.
She's
from
cute.
Brazil? Brazilian women?
No, she's from New Zealand.
New Zealand? I don't know anything about New Zealand, but I'm sure you're beautiful women also.
So she wants to fantasize about you, and he's single. Yes, you can fantasize about him all you want.
Cool. Thank you. And do you know why I got mixed up with Brazil? Because I wanted to mention a story right after this email. There's a Brazilian listener. They're saying how they're a huge fan, and they really want me to follow them on Twitter. But they don't have any I don't follow random people on Twitter that don't have a photograph or any bio or anything like that. So I have no idea who you are.
Right.
So that's why I'm not following you. But I see your messages and thank you very much for listening.
Can't you just follow him? Give him a bone? He's a listener. Follow him. What's your problem?
Because if I follow him, then he might be sending...
Then you defollow and follow him. And you can find me at Sex with Emily on Twitter, by the way, P.S.
Okay.
And Facebook, Sex with Emily. And where do you, whitemenace.com?
I'm just whitemenace.com. You'll find everything.
Okay.
But the other thing is I just use Twitter for like news feeds and stuff like that. I get a lot of news off it. That's all.
Right.
I'm really big into Instagram. So if you have Twitter, you might have Instagram. Get Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram, and I'll follow you on Instagram.
But don't you need Instagram? It's only for your iPhone?
It's only for iPhone right now, yeah.
My iPhone drama carries on. I got to get an iPhone. Okay,
Yeah.
we haven't even gotten to her question yet because we got off on how if you're single and she can fantasize about you.
Okay.
Yes, Tessa, you can. I think you're doing something amazing, letting women know it's okay to have a passionate sexuality and to embrace it. I feel like the more I talk to different women, the more I find out that they are scared of different parts of their sexual selves. Whether it's physical or emotional, I am gingerly putting my big toe into the S&M lifestyle, which I think was inspired a lot by your show. I just thought, why not try it out, see if that's my thing, and if it's not, no harm, no foul. Listening to all those people who push the boundaries of what is considered normal and hearing you learning about so much new stuff really gave me the confidence to try it out. Tessa the Kiwi. She's a Kiwi. You know, they call themselves Kiwis.
I gotta look up New Zealand. The only thing I know about New Zealand is what is that TV show? Well, you're not gonna help me.
I do know. It's Flight of the Conchords.
Flight of the Conchords. Yes. See, you would know because it's all like hipster. And
am I hipster now?
Like
I thought I was like
so
an elitist.
indie and cool to like
Flight of the
that
Conchords
TV.
is hilarious.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know it is because everyone knows I haven't had television in 20 years. It's because I was dating a guy with the TV during the time with the season it came out, and I was an LA guy, and we would watch it together.
Yeah.
And I would laugh so hard. I remember laughing so hard thinking, like, this should be illegal. This is the funniest friggin' thing I've ever seen in my life. You don't think it's funny?
No. I think it's cool for people to think it's funny.
No, I laughed my ass. Like, it hurt. I was laughing so hard. I was crying.
I watched...
It's not your humor. It's not your humor.
I watched the entire first season, and I probably laughed one time.
Okay.
It was not funny.
Well,
you want to know funny? Watch
what?
Dave Chappelle. That's funny.
I know. I could. Yeah. He's funny too. You're right. I think that Flight of the Conchords is funny. Let's move into some anal sex tips.
Yes. Let's do that.
Anal sex. Anal Sex Friday. I walked in the office today. I was like, it's Anal Sex Friday. Okay. So we get a lot of email. Oh, I have an email to read about anal sex before we do that. Because we're going to lead into it.
Well, that's what you really have to do. You got to lead into it.
Exactly.
You
have to be
right
careful.
Into the anal sex tips.
Okay.
You can't just dive right into it, you know?
Exactly. Okay. Dear Emily, my wife and I seem to be at an impasse when it comes to a particular topic in our sex lives, anal play. In the past, we both used things like a butt plug, but then we stopped for a while. But now I find myself more and more turned on by anal eroticism. Are you laughing at butt plug?
No, after you read this email, I want you to explain what a butt plug is.
Okay. Anal eroticism, whether it's touching, licking, using toys, etc., and for both giving and receiving. I've been trying to persuade her to explore this a little bit more with me. I've been reading a lot on this, and I try to be gentle, use lots of lube, and I make sure to warm her up first. Yes, yet this is to no avail. We've talked several times about it, but we always end up at the same roadblock. She said she had it in the past, and it always hurt a lot. She says the only way it's going to happen if she's oh God, I don't even want to read this. The only way it's going to happen is if she's completely loaded on alcohol, and I'll just be able to have my way. But I actually want her to enjoy it as I
think she would enjoy it that way.
So I'm not. Just because you date rape. Just kidding. Okay.
No way.
I shouldn't even make jokes about that. I'm not interested in it for the conquest. Can you help us with this impasse? Should I just say forget it? Should she explore on her own? Thanks, John. Okay. So it's great that he's reading up on it, and it's great that he should read up on it as much as he can. There's a lot to learn about it. And if she's had painful anal sex before, it might be hard to try to persuade her again. Mm-hmm. But we're going to give you some tips here. We're talking about it, and here's some things I think that might resonate with him that he could work on. Okay, so first, how to introduce it. Because we get a lot of emails about anal sex. I cannot answer them all. But this is going to be a blanket answer for everyone. Ready? Okay. How to introduce it. Bring it up in a conversation or during sex. See if she is open to the idea. So just like bring it up, be like, hey, or you can also get closer to that area. This is what happens a lot, I think, rather than talking about it. Move in. They try to, don't move in. Don't just move in, but like play with that area. Like use your fingers, use your mouth, see how she responds.
He's really into the ass to mouth. I don't know.
I've got a whole section on analingus.
Yeah, analingus. Can we rewind because you never explained what a butt plug was?
A butt plug is a sex toy that you can get at adamandeve.com.
Right. Okay.
And it's a toy that goes in your butt and it can feel good. to people.
Is it like
and there's different kinds. There's ones
like
with
a cork?
ridges. It's like a cork. And there's like ridges. There's ones that are like ridges. There's ones that are big and small, and they have like little balls on the end, like little ridges that go in, and you can pull it out. Yeah,
You're
it's a
talking
sex
about
toy.
anal beads.
But there's also but a butt plug is just a plug that goes in your butt and
Yeah.
just stays there. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
I should give a
Sounds
shout out to
amazing.
Adam and Eve. It sounds
Yeah.
amazing. But there are. I would actually wish that I brought in because adamandeve.com is our sponsor. We love them. If you want to get anal sex toys, they've got a ton. You can get anything else at Adam and Eve. They're offering 50% off most items to Sex with Emily listeners. They throw in 3 adult DVDs and a free gift and free shipping. Everything you want, adamandeve.com. Use coupon code Emily at checkout.
Do they have
to buy a butt plug for Menace?
Do they have a thing called the anal ripper? Because I went into a sex store and then they had the anal ripper there.
They probably do.
Maybe you should guys search that.
Google it. I don't know. Go to Adam and Eve. You can sort by anal toys. So So when you're getting closer to that area during sex, so men like explore with their finger or do whatever. Does she tense up? Does she moan? Is she into it? Does she like jump? I mean, start to just gradually get
punch
into
you
it.
in your face?
Exactly. It's not something that you only do, but it could also men could also. A lot of men like anal play themselves.
Yeah.
And they might not even know it. So it's the same thing. Women can play around with a man's anus.
The first time that I
don't like the word anus that much either. Just like
anus?
I didn't like the word vagina the other day. I don't know. Anus. I was reading something. How many times did you say anus? But the more you say it, it's fine. So
I want
anus.
you to say butt.
I could say butt, but this is like technical. We're like getting into it. So I'm using anus. So I don't know why I have issues with words. My friend texted me this morning because she listened to yesterday's show and she was like, I hate the word crotch too because I didn't like the word crotch.
Yeah, I don't use crotch. And I can't believe that you said snatch too. Like, I wouldn't even bring up snatch.
I didn't, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
You're like,
damn.
You guys call it snatch out on the street?
What do you
like,
call it? I don't know your street. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. But going back to...
Analingus?
No, not analingus.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know what's up with
next.
you and ass to mouth. Hold on.
Ass to mouth is awesome. It's a way to start. It's a way to start. You don't go right with your penis into her anus.
I know. The first
do not penis to anus right away.
Yeah.
You got to start with your mouth or your fingers. Okay. Or a butt plug. Yeah.
It was the movie Road Trip, and that was the first time I even heard or even saw about the milking the prostate procedure.
Right.
And then that told me that guys were into that kind of stuff.
There's so many men who are into anal play. They might not even know it. Like my friend I was talking about last week who bought the strap-on with a dildo. She's going to
what's
penetrate
up with
some
that?
men.
Why do women want to
Oh my God, one of the most successful
do
porns
their guys
out there.
in the butt?
It's called Bend Over Boyfriend. The Carol Queen, who's a local sexologist, made this film like years ago, Bend Over Boyfriend, and it's so popular and it teaches women how to penetrate their boyfriends. Yeah.
So
a lot of men are into it because it feels good. Like their prostate, like for men, it's very sensitive in there, and a lot of guys are like that's going to think I'm gay and da da da. But if they just like let go, and they might really like it. A lot of more men than you can realize are into it, and you might be too, and you just don't know it, or maybe you are. I don't know.
I am totally. I am.
You're not. Use your lips.
Fan.
Kiss your lover's anus in the area around
My strap-on's like the size of a Yugo.
Your strap-on. You don't need a strap-on because
No,
you have.
I'm just saying the one that's used on me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, use the flat of your tongue, press it against your partner's anus. Use the tip of your tongue, wiggle it around, slip it inside, move it in and out, or wiggle it around in circles. That's how you can do analingus and try it out at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Just dive right in.
Okay, preparing for anal sex. Read about it. Don't try to learn about it from porn. So don't ever try to learn anything about sex from porn, everyone. That is you take one thing away from the show today, that's what it is. Porn is a visual medium that they're making that men find or women, or visually something looks good, but it doesn't mean that's the right way to do it. So
is there like some kind of dressing they put on it before,
What do you mean?
I don't know, some kind of sauce or something, or you just...
Dressing on the what?
On the anus.
Lube.
Is it edible lube?
Lubes are edible. There are lubes that are edible.
I'm talking about ass to mouth right now.
Right.
Okay? Are you just going
You could
there
use a dental dam.
without any dressing on it? It's just...
Well, you could shower together.
Tongue...
I think that if you're going to experience anal sex, that you should start by showering together.
I don't
be very clean if you've never done it.
So
and go to the
that's
bathroom.
Considered just like anal sex too?
What is?
Just the ass to mouth?
No, that's not like, it's anal play.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's
I'm just trying to explore. Let's stick to ass to mouth real quick.
Okay.
So no
We're
dressing.
gonna run out,
no dressing. I'm not joking. I'm asking you
I don't
seriously.
get the question.
What do you mean? I'm saying, do you flavor it up first? Do you put like chocolate syrup on the
You
asshole
could.
before
You
you
could,
put
but
your
you should
tongue
be careful.
there?
No. You shouldn't. It's
That's
not going
what
to
I'm
taste
saying,
great.
people.
I get
I'm
it.
trying to say
I get
it
it.
in another
No.
way,
You should
so
not
I
put
don't-
chocolate sauce or whipped cream, and all that stuff is not good because it can get in the woman's vagina and it can
Now
infect
that you
her.
understand what I'm talking about, is there stuff out there?
There is
on,
lube
like,
out there
Adam and
that's
Eve?
flavored. Yeah, AdamandEve.com. You can
Okay.
find flavored lube, and you should use lots. Lube is very, very important. It's essential because
I didn't want to
the
get
anus,
that graphic.
It's
but-
okay. The anus, I just was like, what? The anus, Menace, talk to me. What are you saying? Right? The anus does not have any natural lubricants, so you have to use lubricant. Yeah, what? There you have to use lubricant, so you have to make sure you use lubricant. Like lube is your best friend if you're trying anal sex. You've got to use a lot of lube, and you have to use a condom.
That's understandable.
Highly recommended with a water-based lubricant, so the latex condom does not rip or break. Always use a condom. Always because you can get diseases. There's problems you could get. The digestive tract, might also contain harmful microorganisms that can be spread during anal contact. So you just should use a condom. Don't use sticky petroleum-based products like Vaseline. People always think you can use Vaseline or cooking oil. Don't do any of that. That stuff is bad for you. Try taking a shower together before, like I said, and make sure your bowels are emptied before if you're nervous about it and it's your first time. Yeah, you got to do that because you just don't know what's going to happen. So if you don't warm her up properly, if you don't do the warm up, what?
No, I just had a flashback about something I'll mention after this.
What was it?
The TV show Entourage, that girl something Gray, the porn star turned actress.
It doesn't matter.
Something Gray. You can look her up on YouTube, but she actually did a whole video on getting prepared to have anal sex.
Great.
I'll send it to you so you can put it on the website.
That sounds great. Please do that. So if you don't warm up properly, if you go slowly enough, you'll probably hurt her. So there has to be so much warm up, so much foreplay, so much gentle, get her into it, get her turned on, do other things, and then you can move into it. Now there's a lot of and again, start to touch her closely and see if she's moaning or tensing up. Okay, what you shouldn't do, never ever enter without permission. Don't ejaculate inside her if it's requested not to, and don't slam or jackhammer be forceful. It has to be a really slow, ease into it process. It's slow. Okay? I had a friend, so she was dating this guy recently, and when they were having sex, he had to, in order for him to orgasm, he had to stick his finger in her butt. And that would make him orgasm every time. And he would just jam it in, and it really bugged her. And it's not that she's not into anal play, but don't just jam it without any, that wasn't good. They're not dating anymore.
That's what he had to do?
Yeah.
That is so
It's not anything.
weird.
It's not that weird. I mean, I think there's guys who, everyone's got their thing. But I'm just saying, he would jam it, and she'd be not prepared because he wasn't doing any anal play. So just be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that? Okay, these are some positions that are good for anal sex.
Okay.
Doggy style, obviously. Missionary position, though, is actually the best beginner position for anal sex. It allows the receiver to fully relax the anus, making penetration easier. So with the man on top, missionary. People think doggy style only because anal, but missionary is actually an awesome way. Side anal. This is another really popular position when you're laying on laying on their side and they receive it that way in the rear.
Yeah.
Yep. And, that's what I got on anal sex.
All right. I'm sure that's going to cause a lot of debate. Feedback
What
at
do you think?
sexwithemily.com.
I don't think so. I think it's you just got to warm up. You got to go slow.
Yeah.
You have to remember I think that a lot of people want to get their partner into it. And I think a lot of women and men are terrified by it. So it's just have lots of lube on hand. Start something small like a finger or, a butt plug from Adam and Eve. And then move on to the penis.
Yes.
Or penetration. Okay, I've got to talk about something, a new segment that we're having next week that people have to start emailing us right now.
Okay.
It is a 20 questions game. So people are able to ask us 20 questions about our personal lives, you and I, and we have to answer them. But they have to go on and go to sexologist.com and scroll down to where it says ask a question.
Okay.
So, for example, if you want to know if I've ever played a part in role playing, or if Menace has what's the best sex Menace has ever had, we have to answer. Submit questions and mention that you have a question for my 20 questions game, and we'll answer them next week. Ask me anything. Don't be shy.
All right.
Will you answer anything?
Yeah,
I didn't ask you about this first if it was okay.
You know me, I don't care.
And then we're going to do a giveaway to the best question. We have a sex toy that we're going to give away for the very best question. So please email me and find me at sexwithemily.com. It's really easy now. You can still do feedback at Sex with Emily, but again, it's really easy to go through the website. Is there anything that you've been dying to know about Menace's life, my life, or anything about, anything? You can email us 20 questions. It's going to be super, super fun. And then thanks, everyone, again, for becoming a Friends with Benefits member. There's so much stuff happening on the website, and we just want to thank everyone for their support. It means a lot to us. Truly, truly, truly. Okay. Anything else, Menace, you got to say this Friday?
No,
Happy Friday, everyone.
We'll see you on Monday.
We'll see you Monday.
And, and I'm sorry, but I was so geeked out of listening to the show on Stitcher yesterday through my car.
I know.
It was amazing. It's the show. The show's on the go.
Show on the go. Stitcher.com. You got to go there and download the app now.
The app is free, and then just become a Friends with Benefits member, type in your code, and you're good to go.
You're good to go. It's the best way to listen. That's how I've listened in the past. So thanks, everyone, for listening. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback@sexwithemily.com.